Hi, you're tuned in for the Power and Energy News channel, ESI Africa. In the studio, I have with me Lorna Nyandat, who is from Kudura, Power East Africa. Welcome to the studio, Lorna.
Thank you.
So, at Enlit Africa, you did a presentation at one of the sessions.
Yeah.
Just explain to me a little bit about what it is that your topic addressed and what was the key focus that you were trying to bring across to the audience.
All right. Thank you very much for this opportunity. In this conference, I'm representing my company, Kudura Power East Africa. We are a social mini grid. We are a mini grid company, solar mini grid company in Kenya, in Western Kenya. We serve the rural poor who are not on the national grid. We generate the electricity and distribute to them through a philosophy called UBUA, Universal Utility Access, where we get into a community and everybody in that community we are able to supply with power, and they're able to pay back the connection fees in terms of split billing, where when they purchase token, half of it goes towards token generation, and then the other half goes towards paying for the connection fees. So we also have a program called Appliance Finance, where we purchase appliances and sell to our customers at subsidized rates. So for this conference, I was presenting on a paper where we were discussing genderless approaches we are using as a company to ensure that then we bring more women into the clean energy sector, and what we've been able to do down there in Western Kenya to ensure that we bring more women as a company in terms of employment, and also have more women in our customer base, considering we serve the rural poor in Western Kenya, where the issues of ignorance, lack of education, lack of income are really minimizing how far women are able to go. So being cognizant of that, we've been able to come up with different approaches as a company to ensure that then the products and services we offer are targeting women in terms of the messages are targeting, the approaches we are putting in place are targeting, the policies we develop as a company to ensure women come on board are also targeting and intentional. So we have this appliance finance department where we sell appliance finance items to customers. So we deployed the EPC, electric pressure cooker, to women in Busia County specifically at subsidized rates. So this electric pressure cooker has seen women begin having hotels, having SMEs because of what we have been able to provide. We have seen women stop using firewood and charcoal in their homes as a source of power to cook food. We have seen women save money, save time that they would rather spend on going to fetch firewood, going to burn charcoal to use in the house, to have this time that has been spent, they're able to engage in other activities and increase income households of their families. Yeah.
The work that you're doing is really life-changing.
Yeah.
So the general feeling of the women that you have been approaching, have they been accepting of this? Do they have reservations? What is the general feeling?
The general feeling at the moment, when we were beginning, there was some sort of friction when we began, but then we came back and realized from the learnings that before you introduce an appliance to a new thing to a community, there has to be a lot of groundwork, serious and intensive consultation with them for them to be able to have ownership and accept what you're bringing. So at the moment, because in every stage we ensure that we involve them in terms of before we purchase the appliances, in terms of how much we should charge their appliances, how their paying period should be, etc. And in every stage we work with them through the different surveys that we conduct and get their feeling and perceptions and thoughts about what we need to do, what we need to stop doing. So right now it's something that they have really accepted, and they keep on looking for us like, when are you bringing another appliance? Yeah, it's
that
great.
is really fantastic.
Yeah.
And I believe that you don't only operate in Kenya.
Yeah. So Kudura Power East Africa is a subsidiary of Advisol. Advisol is a company in Portugal, and so another subsidiary is in Madagascar, and then the other one is in Mozambique. Yes, and then Kudura Power is in Kenya. That is, Kudura is a Swahili word meaning power to change. So it's driven by community. All our initiatives are community driven, from inception all the way to distribution of the power. Yes.
Fantastic. So back at Enlit Africa, you did your presentation. What kind of questions were coming through? Was this a very positive response that you that you got from the audience?
Yeah, my presentation was quite insightful. I also watched the other panelists' presentation. I learned a lot, especially from my session. What came out was that there was a lot of congratulatory messages, like you guys are doing a good job, because we need more women in the space, in terms of customers and even in terms of employment. Yeah, and one question that was thrown out that really was insightful, I believe, to even other members who were present, was how we've been able to manage and bring up the ownership aspect of our project, our product and services by the community, because all our initiatives are driven by the community. So that is an aspect I believe most people got, that then if they are going to introduce stuff to the community, they need to learn from us, that they need to begin from the ground, to have not just to introduce a new idea to people, but have them dialogue in the whole process. So that really came out, and that was quite insightful. Yeah.
And just one last question for you.
Yeah.
What has been the most insightful experience that you've had to date?
The most insightful experience that I've had, I've attended a lot of,
I can imagine.
Considering this is the last day, I have attended a lot of sessions and gone to different booths and listened to different speakers. But one thing that really came out for me is what South Africa is doing, which I think is something we can really take back to our country. The whole trying to disbundle or privatize the whole ESCOM, what ESCOM is doing, because my country back there, the three aspects of energy are with one department. Yeah. So and conversations came around how to ensure that then that is done in a just manner, so which is something also to consider. But I think that is something I'm really taking home, because in energy aspect is big, and we really can't leave the whole of it to one person. And what ESCOM is doing in South Africa is something I'm really taking home with me. That stood out for me of all the presentations I attended. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us in the studio.
Thank you, Nicolette. Yeah.
And thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to ESI Africa for more of this type of content.